Alright, we are live, I think. Are we? Yes, we are. Right. Aha. Public. Done. Save. Okay, cool. Ooh. Now all I need to do is this one works. Hello everybody. How's everyone? Let's look at your awesome homework stuff. Can you guys hear me fine? Morning everybody, or evening. Let's scroll all the way up. Going all the way up, all the way up. I don't know what song is that, but so oh. Why you guys are so productive? I'm terrified now. All right, I think we reached where all the keyframes are. Yep. See some people fix their own mistakes, old mistakes. That's good. Very nice. Let's see. Get to the point that because those are final keyframes, and those are people who uploaded them a little bit late, but overall really cool. How you guys doing? Today I started watching Buzz Lightyear. It's kind of a fun cartoon. Easily forgettable though. Kind of tired of Taika Waititi inserting him every time into his own things. It's like it's not fun anymore. Alright. 3 keyframe moments. Ooh, I like this one. I like all of them, honestly. You guys doing a great job. Right. This is work in progress. This is not final. Okay. So I think we start here. Let me see. Hopefully nothing is lagging. Nope, nothing is lagging, but for some reason it's not loading. I don't know why. Guess it's loading. Maybe this is too big of a file. Oh yeah, it is too big of a file. Oh, those are multiple things. Okay, let's see. Main hall, indoor, bird eye view. The magic stone is dry. Village has no water. No. Trey Bengal? Is his name Trey Bengal? Trey Bengal finds an oasis of pure water. Nice. Trey Bengal reaches for the pure water. Cool. Alright, let's see if there's any continuation to the story. Oh, here's the full one. Okay, Trey Bengal reaches for the water. No. 3, 4. A huge fish jumps. Worm's eye view. Nice. Trey Bengal trips and falls. No harm. Nice. Trey Bengal reaches for the rope. No, for the pure water. Trey Bengal collects a vial of pure water. I like it. I like it. But there's the one thing, right? So you have a setup. which is, oh no, main hole has no water. So I would show some kind of like people going, no, on their knees, holding their head, because right now they're just looking at a big cake, in my opinion, and we don't see their emotions, that they're distressed about it. So I would show it somehow in shot one. Everything else, pretty cool. The only thing that we need now, a conclusion. So maybe we can just, have the same shot, but Trey Bengal has pure water in his hands and like, I did it. And yeah, everyone is rejoiced and the water is back. So that's if you want to continue the story. I really like it. Super cool. All right, next. By the way, is Nikorpj in the chat? Who did this? It will help if people that I'm feedbacking are in the chat, but that's okay. Maybe they can rewatch this. Okay, the lost boy gets attacked by the giant bear. What makes this boy a lost boy? Looks like just a boy is being attacked by a bear. The witch stands in the bear's way, scolding him. Okay, good. The witch can't understand what creature she found. Oh, she can't understand that it's a boy. Okay. One thing with this one is, so the boy is attacked by the bear right away, and this is a little bit too impersonal right now. This is a little bit too impersonal because we don't see the terrified boy anymore, and we don't see the bear. So I would have a medium shot of the bear just going, or I'm going woo, and the girl's like just standing, so we can see her face a little bit clearer. And with this shot at the bottom, right, I would just make sure that, let's see how we can rearrange this a little bit, because even in your sentence, the witch can't understand what creature she's found. So even in your sentence, you're kind of saying that it's all about the witch and her perception of the boy, right? So what I would do is, I would probably maybe switch them places, have her in the foreground, or have a boy in a super foreground, sleeping, and she can be kind of like inspecting him, kind of being like, "Ooh, what the hell is this?" Reading from her books. So maybe, yeah, something like this. And the boy itself can be out of focus, just, sleeping like this. And then in the background, she can have, like, I don't know, Da Vinci's diagram of a human. And she's trying to understand what this is. So I would just make it a little bit more about her and have camera a little bit lower, because this way we are focusing on her. Here we're kind of like focusing on everything at the same time, and I don't like it. So like if this was a movie, I'm pretty sure that the camera will be slowly, panning towards the girl, and this way we're just connecting with the girl a little bit more, and the boy is a secondary thing. Because again, we have to understand that even in your sentence, the witch can't understand what creature she found. So we need to focus on her, and everything else is secondary. So by pushing the boy into the foreground with a little bit of a blur, we're kind of not emphasizing him as much, and she's still looking at him. And I didn't change your composition that much, but it's just a little bit better. And overall, in this story, there's something lacking, because the boy is attacked right away. So, and you did need to do only 3 keyframes. So maybe you can do the first shot of a boy like running away from the girl. Maybe not from the girl, from the bear. It's just gonna. Oh, honestly, where's that? I have Olaf and Gruel. Well, you know what? Maybe it's fine. yeah, so only the last shot that is kind of can be improved, but overall not bad, because this is still a layout, you can improve it. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. This is homework 2, this is just keyframe, but today, yeah, we're not feedbacking homework 2, we're feedbacking homework 3. Right, heroes reach the entrance to the cave. Heroes enter the cave to find the dragon sleeping, artifact clutched in its arms. Hero throws caution to the wind. In a fit of rage, he charges the dragon. Misha woke. Valhalla! Misha voice. Valhalla! Awesome. Very cool. You kind of have like an establishing shot. I would make the second shot a little bit more personal, you know, because I know you made it a little bit. I'm pretty sure maybe it's just well, temporary, but again, the dragon is huge, right? So you know, make him huge, sleeping like this, and then maybe here, you know, I'll make him even huger. You know, huger is that a and maybe the heroes are like hiding behind a rock. Maybe. I don't know. But what I'm saying is make dragon bigger. Put the camera a little bit lower to the ground. So this way, we can understand that the dragon is huge and it's probably a threat. Maybe. Or maybe the dragon is not a threat and there's a reason why you kept an establishing shot and it's pretty flat and you don't see any dynamics between the dragon and the main heroes, because camera is there to represent, is it a threat, is it not? So if it's not a threat, then sure, maybe then later on when this guy charges into battle, he's actually wrong. So another thing with hero throws caution to the wind in a fit of rage, this is like a super close-up, I would say, or like, yeah, it's pretty much a close-up. I would just have a little bit more of a, you know, where they are in space type of a deal. So this is your, let's see if you're, yeah, kind of like a square. Yeah, whoops. So if I was doing that, I would probably just, I would have had some kind of indication of something in the foreground, like maybe a face of the dragon, you know, out of focus. And if he's like, you know, if he's throwing all caution away, he's like, Valhalla, right? He's just he's just running with an axe, right? With his beard, just going, ah! Right? Maybe his friends behind a rock gonna be like, no, and then one person can be like, what are you doing? You know? So I know this is really rough, but it will explain the idea that now he threw away all the caution away and just says Valhalla, and those guys are like, no, what are you doing? This way, this moment can be sold a little bit more, because your sentence says hero throws caution to the wind in a fit of rage, he charges the dragon. Right now I see only one thing. In a fit of rage, he charges the dragon. I don't see he throws caution to the wind. So if you're gonna, you know, make justice to your own sentence, I would include the friends behind them being kind of like, no, don't do it, type of a deal. So yeah, those are my 2 cents. Overall, pretty cool story. All right, next one. Discord emote incoming. Hunter hides from guards who shot him because he's wanted. Okay, I can see that. The hunter fights the guards after the leader spots him hiding. Sure. Remains victorious by killing them all in the moonlight. Nice. Nice, simple, to the point. I don't think I have much to say about this. Um, if you want to make it more complicated, you can do some in-between shots to kind of show the tension that they're approaching him, and then he just slashes through them from the corner. But overall, this works. I like the composition, pretty balanced. The only thing that I might suggest in this shot is compositionally. You want to show, dominance of this guy. 1 second, I'm copying the image. You want to show dominance of this guy who is hunting this guy, right? So I would just make I'll just make this guy go lower like this, just to show that he's being hunted and he's not equal to them. Because another thing is, like, characters' relationship in terms of height is also a compositional trick that people use to show dominance one over another. So you want to show that he's in a vulnerable state. Just lower him up a little bit. And if you want to convince that Hunter's hides from guards who shot him because he's wanted, just, give it like a trail of blood or something with little spots here and here, So you add a little bit more detail so it's not so, sterile. Because this way they're like, well, what the hell is he? And then they see, maybe his palm print with blood on the corner and be like, oh, shh, we got him, boys. Yeah, that's my only thing. And over here, I would just have a little bit more of a breathing space because everything is so claustrophobic. I would just make the whole thing smaller so there's more of a surroundings and there's just more space to breathe for the character because it's kind of pretty compact right now. So some breathing space here would be nice. Here, I like it, pretty nice. Another thing, I'm not a big fan usually of square formats, unless those are going to be kind of like splash art variety games for like a computer screen. If you want to go for more a cinematic one, I would just expand the canvas a little bit to the sides. But overall, pretty nice. The only thing I'll like here, just make sure there's enough of a background so there's more depth, because we're not just foreground, middle ground, and then the background's nothing. I'm pretty sure I know this is just a mock-up, so just make sure there's a little bit of suggestion of a background for more depth. But overall, pretty nice. Alright. Yeah. Alright, the sentence. I'll try my best, guys. I am Indiana Jones now, trying to interpret hieroglyphs. Voorzichtig stellen het woord, het is scriptswoord. Finds a companion. The find stop. The third. The fiend. The friend. The fiend. The final. The final. Okay, the final stop. Rip. I'm so confused. Alright, I'll try to guess everything just from the images. Little Indian boy. Child. Oh. Child. As a sacrifice in the truth? I have no idea. But some kind of ritual going on, maybe. And the child stands there with the warriors surrounding him, and then he finds like a dragon, rabbit, deer type of a creature person, and then it dies. The end. All right, so not very clear text and a little bit confusing about the story, so make it clearer, especially through your images, because show don't tell. I barely could understand the sentence, sadly. So for next time, please make it just a little bit more clear for my sakes, please. Um, yeah. So I'll try to guess and help you out with this story. So as I understand, maybe it's a boy who is, you know, is kicked out of the village, or it's a boy surrounded by some kind of threatening warriors. And then I don't really understand why the boy finds. So maybe he's kicked out. Okay. So the boy is kicked out. People are kind of standing with their arms crossed and like, you're not welcome here anymore. Go away. Maybe there's could be one person just, pointing. Just go. You're not welcome here. And the boy kind of goes away. Maybe if you want to show that he's been. Yeah, I still can't read that. So if the boy is being kicked out, you can have his head pointing down a little bit to show that he's maybe his clothes are torn and he's not welcome in the village anymore. So he goes on his little adventure into the forest, and in the forest he finds the super cool creature. Maybe we can show him that he's has a little bit change of costume here and there, and then the last one, the creature dies. So you kind of showing, it's kind of interesting because you're showing two frames that they're like, looks like they're like 10 minutes apart, and then you have one frame that is like, what, this creature grown really fast. So I would say assume at least few years. It's like 5 to 6 years. There's no way this creature grew so big in a year. So first I would just figure out, the big picture. So what's the drama here? Is he getting kicked out and he finds a companion that, comforts him? Or what? It's not very clear. Another thing is your choice of framing. Everything is kind of like horizontal format, and you're gonna go in for a pretty cinematic type of deal look. So just as a suggestion, because I see you just have face and everything else, and you don't really understand what the layout of the frame is. I would just go over and just, hey, because he's not standing on a little planet, is he? Right? It's not a little planet. He has to stand on the ground, right? So the ground has a perspective. By the looks of it, you're really good at character design and not really good at environments and putting things into perspective. So just imagine the character is standing on the ground and everything else has to kind of go into the distance. So the crowd will not be so big. The crowd will be probably this big, right? And the character should be probably standing a little bit here. So you have to place him on the ground. So he's his position, right? So I want you to practice, like if this is the same boy, right? He's going to be going back into the distance like this. I would really suggest you just, practicing some cubes in perspective, because it's going to be very, very valuable for you, because I can see that perspective is not your strong suit. Over here you did pretty well. Over here also, like, why do we cut the character up to the waist in here, right? So let's maybe give the character some, just show the entirety of him or her. I'm not sure who that is, but just give some legs. And again, where's he placed in the environment? Just do the Lego table thingamajig, right? Is there hills behind? Where's he standing? Oh, that jizz. Yeah. So practice your layout, where the ground plane is, where's everything else positioned in in your relationship to each other, and at the same time practice perspective and form, because I can see your characters are pretty nice, but everything else is a little bit lacking behind. But don't worry, we're gonna go into composition and everything else. So yeah, figure out what your clear story is. So because right now here they're like 10 minutes apart, and here they're like 1 year apart, right? So maybe just make it a little bit more distinct. That maybe he, you know, where did he find it? Like I would just remove the, you know, he's being kicked out of the village, because it's not really convincing anything. It's about those two guys and then him dying. Like I would just have boy wandering, you know, somewhere in the woods in this shot, and then kind of going, oh, what's that? It's behind a bush, and there's this little creature, for example. Yeah, but it's a start. Oh, there's a little bit more of a stupid Misha. There's an updated version of this. Let me see if anything changes. Sorry, guys. Okay. Exiled from the village. I guessed right. Woo, good job, me. Find companion. Good. Being tailed. Oh, now it's being tailed. Okay. This is a little bit better. But same feedback, right? So I looks like the main story is about those two. It's been pretty cool Pokemon, honestly. How would I, like, another thing is like over here, this boy looks like a giant, you know, just, you know, going through the forest. Same thing, just relationship of things in a composition, how tall they are, how little they are. Like I have no idea. Same thing here. Is it the light, you know, shining onto him, and that's why it's circular? Like what's the ground plane, how big or small he is in this vertical format. Not a big fan of vertical format, because you kind of going for more of a cinematic kind of look. And yeah, looks like maybe you just created a canvas and tried to fit it into the canvas. There's one thing that I want to get across to you guys. It's you are in control of your canvas size, and you're in control what the relationship between side and stuff like that. So what you can do is you can just, you know, if you started like this, you can expand it, you know, and make it more. I remember when I was just starting out, I was like, all right, so this is what canvas I created. I'm stuck with it forever. And I remember I tried to fit everything into the canvas that I created, but it's a mistake. So please do you know, experiment with the canvas sizes and find a familiar story. Can you guys hear someone chainsawing a tree? I'm gonna close the window. 1 second. And I'm gonna close the window here too. Sorry guys, I'm back. My giant bottle of juice. Right. So yeah, same thing. You know, ground plane. Where's character positioned? What is the relationship between things? It looks like you just put a bunch of things right in front of each other, and that's it. But I like the designs. The designs are awesome. As I can see, you're really good at character design. Now just try to find good reference for compositions and for the layout, and just apply that. And yeah. Okay, I'm not feedbacking any character designs today. Just the story beats. Okay, the heroine returns to her home. She examines the family photo. Mutants attack. Shh, burn! I have nothing left. I must find the root of evil. To be continued. Huh. Okay, I like it. Just make sure her tears don't look. In the beginning, I thought that it was a bearded man, probably because of a mask. But overall, I like it. I like it. Just make sure that the mask doesn't look like a beard. But overall, really cool. Like the last shot, I assume that this is like the picture frame and it's the classic, classic thingy of revenge story. Just in this shot, the second one, I just make it big brain. She goes into her home, and then I would just show in this shot, just her next to the picture and looking at the picture, not actually showing what's in the picture, and then the monsters attack, and then the last shot would reveal what was in the picture. It could be like her family, kid and husband, whatever you want, right? Because sometimes, this is one of the rules that I like to follow, what we don't show the audience is as important what we show to the audience. Because see, if in the second shot she just looks at a picture and it's something, we all can assume that it's probably a tragic story, but then we have the satisfaction of connecting the frame 2 to frame 6 and be like, oh, point A, point B, puzzle connected. You get satisfaction from it. So yeah, that's my only feedback. Overall, I think you have plenty good idea what you want. Those are just fast thumbnails. I like it. Very nice. So this is finished homework 2. We're in homework 3 right now, so I'm not feedbacking this. Alright. Exterior, open, mountainside. Nite? Nite? I don't know. Full moon, Viking village. Okay. Push into mountainside, cabin, moon in the background. Okay. Exterior, looking into window, see Viking father and sons. Interior, boys, I have a surprise for you now that you're little man. Father and sons wind down the mountain to the docks below. The moon's full. Father tells of a great sea story. Okay. Continuous. Yep, is it continuous? Yes. I assume they're going to the dock. Ship. They board it. They go. Okay, cool. I understand this is not finished yet. So it's kind of cool that the person just went in a radio, kind of like storyboarding more than keyframes. And you guys feel free to do that. Because if you want to have a storyboarding portfolio, you can do that for sure. I don't have nothing to feedback unless if you are a keyframe artist and you want to do visual development, then this is too much. You might not be able to do all of them. So I would just say, hey, father has his sons, show them the boat, they're excited, and then frame 4, they battle the Sea King, for example. If you want to simplify it, if you want to go like this, if you want me to feedback your storyboard, it's pretty good. I like it. Pretty nice. Just I want to see where the story goes. Right now, it's not very clear what's gonna happen next, but I'm curious what's gonna happen next. But well done. Okay, a man with children went hunting in the forest. Again, you know what? I'm not gonna read the sentence. I'm gonna try to understand it first, just through through the power of through the power of observation. All right. A bunch of flowers or cactuses, and a bunch of kids. This one is tripping, and this one is walking, and this one has a gun. So they are like on an expedition, maybe. All right. Next shot. They look up. This guy's like, look, something in the trees that look like, you know, little birds, maybe. Oh, it's a portal. Okay. And this one is just, like, look, hunter man, a bunch of bananas in my hands. The end. Right. Now let's double check what the words say. A man with children went hunting in the forest. Oh, okay. One of the children slips and falls on plants with muscus. He looks up and sees the monster in front of him. Ah, it's a monster. Oh, he slips up. Okay, never would have guessed. A man kills a monster with his gun. Nope. This is two different stories. What I saw, and maybe I just don't see it. But in the thumbnails, as you can see, it was not very visible for me what's going on in there. So our main thing is, I would rather see you have all of this done in black and white, but more defined, much more defined, versus all of this in color, but the story is not clear. You have to understand, guys, that story comes first and clarity comes first. Everything else is secondary. If you can use color to your advantage, and it's like color and light and beauty is the main story point, then sure, start with color. But as I can see this here, color is distracting you right now. Color is important to you because you like the atmosphere and you like the lighting information. That's good. Maybe it's a sign of a color script artist. Who knows? But shot one, it's an establishing shot. Remember when I told you guys you're trying to show too many things at the same time? Because you have an establishing shot, and then very little, there's this kind of red speckle of a thing, just, I don't know, tries to fly or something. I have no idea. And I have no idea that they're hunting. They're just walking. The guy just has a gun, right? Usually a hunting is like standing behind a corner, seeing something, aiming and being kind of and chopping something with a sword, maybe, right? But shot one, I like to look at it as a thumbnail. What actually you're saying. I'm gonna show you what you're actually saying in your story. Forest in a field with a bunch of dudes in it. That's it. Forest, field, bunch of dudes in it. There's a dude with a gun, and this guy is doing some kind of weird motion. He's not very readable. I would move him over here. And then next shot, the boy looks up at something. What is it? I don't know. Looks like a golden something. And I'm like, oh yeah, it is a golden gate. And the thing is, the father is already with his gun down. So I would just show that, at least he was aiming and smoke out of it, that he just shot it. Because the story says, somewhere in the forest where there's a bunch of flowers, they found a big golden looking something. And that golden looking something either exploded or started yelling at them or opened a portal. And this guy's like, yep. Oh, I see some smoke a little bit. And I have a smoking stick. That's it. So make it clear, and in the shot one, again, Mr. Cameraman, where is he? Because in your sentence you say, a man with children went hunting in the forest, right? So a man with children went hunting is the main focal point. So you know what? Bring them up, just, have them in the foreground. Where's my paint tool side? Here you are. Just, just have all of those people, Maybe in here, you know, walking. You know, maybe the gun is gonna be on his shoulder and they're just walking. Maybe. And this guy can trip if you want to, but I don't know. It's too much information. It's they're running and they're hunting and the guy trips. You know, why is it needed? Why is it needed? I'm pretty sure he would have seen the monster without tripping, right? So yeah, I would just have all of them as silhouettes, much you know closer to the to the foreground. Yeah, because you barely can see anything, and I don't know. Those are kind of monsters' legs, maybe. I would still make the characters, you know, closer to the camera because what you're describing in your sentence, Mr. Cameraman should be pointing at that, and that should be bigger. Yeah, this is okay. The second shot, okay, if you make the monster clearer. And the last shot, that is a huge. Oh, okay, maybe I understand now. So I understand this was the head of a freaking monster, and the gun is so freaking powerful that it did this giant hole in it. All right, maybe I'm slow, but it was really hard to read. You know what? Let's maybe. No, I wouldn't have time for that. We already spent a lot of time on this one. But yeah, go watch some, I don't know, Monster Hunter movies where there's a giant dude who saved some people and a giant monster drops down. There's plenty of those. Just try to find some reference and then look at the sequence and then try to copy it. I like your dedication to color and light, but it's distracting you. It's not adding anything to your frames right now. Besides that, it's pink and green, and it's in the forest. So I would do everything black and white first, and just don't get distracted by colors, because you are trying to mask your lack of compositional skills, even though your perspectives are awesome. I like that there's a lot of depth in it, but you are trying to basically hide behind color and texture and everything else to hide your, you know, compositional skills here and there and value skills. So I would just keep everything black and white. Keep it simple. Yeah. All right. New story from Julia. Homework 3. The main character and his friends are trying to find a dragon who has enveloped in darkness. Okay. All right, they're just searching for something in this story. I don't see that they're yeah, they're searching for something. Fine. Two. But the dragon finds them first and tries to kill. All right. The main character frees the dragon from evil insects with a magic stone. Oh wow. From let me read it twice. The main character frees the dragon from evil insects with a magic stone. Okay. Heroes save the city called the Yakata from evil spirits and return home. Alright. So first 2 and 3, I like it. Because kind of they try to find it, they find it, they befriend it. I never seen giant insects as a threat to the dragon. In none of those frames. Maybe it's just some backstory that you know. The main question that I have is the fourth shot, because I'm like, oh, okay, so this babushka is at the end of the tail of this dragon. Okay. What I would do for the last shot is, maybe people cheering, kind of like, yay, thank you, and then the dragon is kind of flying away, and the babushka, is at the end of, and it's kind of going into perspective, and then they're sitting over here, and then she's kind of like, ah, because let's make this clear. So this This is the dragon. Go into perspective. Maybe they're sitting over here. But what I'm saying here, it's you're trying to combine two things. Like they're pretty flat, and she is kind of in the perspective, but not really. So, and the thing is, I didn't really get that they saved the city. Like, where is the city? Heroes saved the city called Yakata from evil spirits and return home. First of all, I have no idea what Yakata is. I don't really need to know what the city's name is. And the only thing I need to know is what's going in the frame. So if I would describe what's going your story just from looking at frames, so show don't tell, three people going on a search for something into the swamps. Then something attacks them, probably in the swamps, but they befriend it. Or two of them die and only the boy stays. And then they fly away into the sky, and Babushka sadly loses her groceries. The end. Okay? So instead of that, we need to show, we can. I don't see a city in here. Like how would we? I don't know how to incorporate that. I would just make this, and they fly into nothingness, finding a dragon and befriending it, and now they're super cool, awesome team with the dragon. Because I don't see a city here. There's no space or no room for incorporating that they saved the city. Just no information before that. Yeah. So I'll just make this, and they fly into the sunset because they befriended the dragon. That's it. Because in your sentence, hero saved the city. Where's the city? What do you mean? Where? Your sentence doesn't make sense with your image. Show don't tell. But overall, pretty good and pretty fast too. You almost finished with them. So yeah, just make the story clear on those points that I mentioned before. Consciousness walks to its favorite place. The emotions and ideas invade her and do not leave her alone. Okay, cool, I like it. Finally achieve enlightenment. Very nice. Super simple, super nice. The main question will be how to show all this from the best possible angles and stuff like that. But I like it. So continue on, push on. I'm just kind of looking forward into your pipeline. I think for sure you'll want to make those frames a little bit larger, because I know that you will want to add a few extra things on top of all of that. Okay, this lesson 2. Right, let's see at this mega story. There's a lot of frames. Not sure if this. Right, hope the internet will do fine. Do. All right. Let's see. The task. Roger. The approach. The return. Not sure. The ride, the skirmish, the infiltration. I'm not sure what's going on in here, but maybe if I'll double check the rest of the things, I'll understand everything better. If the quality was better, that would have... Okay, it's still loading. Maybe they're like 20,000 pixels by 20,000 pixels or something. Okay. 2A, the call. The ambush, okay. The vanquisher. Not sure. So okay, so the guy is riding on a motorcycle. He's being ambushed. Not sure why this shot is here. He's continuing. Oh, A, B, C, D. All right. He rides. Oh, you need help? All right, motorcycle. Still riding. Not sure why you need so many shots of him riding. It's more than enough to have. See, you can join those 3 shots into one, unless you want to do a storyboarding thing. So Yeah, all this A B C D, he's just on the call all this time, just just talking. Um, I see you simplified here. I guess this is thumbnails for all of those shots. So good. If I would do it, I would do probably for thumbnail D, just like you did. Why? Because you need to have a personal connection. The ambush, and then the end. I guess he rides into nothingness because there's an explosion behind. Okay, cool. And you did some kind of explorations. And very nice. See, someone takes my homework seriously. I would say this. Those are fine thumbnails. I'm not sure why this character is breaking the fourth wall. So just expand the canvas a little bit. The only thing here is, well, maybe you just keep the fight off screen and you can just have a few buddies laid here that he did defeat it. As I understand, this is not a character that grew a bunch of hair, but this is just smoke behind the character because it looks like he turned into a clown. But yeah, I see you kind of explored a little bit of color. I would really strongly suggest, like, if you want to work in 3D, sure, you can do like 3D previs, but try to do everything 2D because this will distract you. Yeah, just go into some Jason Bourne movies and find some good compositions. Because right now, as just as thinking out loud storyboard, this is good, but as final thing, hopefully you understand what's gonna be in the final shot. But yeah, find some references. I like the compositions. I like the little story. It's simple. I like that you went as far as a Lego, table thingamajig. Good job. Well done. Well done. Okay. All right. Let's see. There's a young druid, maybe. So there's a young someone cooking together with somebody. They go somewhere, and then the person that they cooked with, they died. I can't really get growing more from market. A young Arud, I think that's his name. A young A then taken away from market. Okay. The second shot is the one that I don't understand. If he's taken away, I would just have someone actually taking him away, and he's kind of like reaching for somebody and saying no, and then returning back, and his dad, I presume, is dead. I'm not sure if the person here who did this is here in the chat. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here in the second one. So just make sure the second frame is clear, so it leads up to the third frame. So if it's people who came into the house and took the boy away, and meanwhile kind of killed the dad, as I presume, just needs to be a little bit more clear. You definitely have skill in especially the faces, and I like the framings and everything else, but story is not as clear as I want it to be. But good job overall. Okay, homework 3. Falling adorable desert rabbits. Tote and Nano find a majestic succulent plant where hundreds of these rabbits gather. Okay, right? It turns out that this plant is a trap to lure prey into the mouth of a giant snake. Toad and Nana run for their lives along with the rabbits. Ah, Chikai. Tired, dirty, and traumatized, Toad and Nana, along with a few rabbits, rest by the campfire with their grandfather. Very nice. Cool. Nice. Compositions are great. I can understand everything. Story is clear. For future reference, no, everything's fine. The only thing I would do though is, because you have in the first frame, it's an establishing shot. In this frame, I would just have characters running somewhere, maybe in the foreground, just to show their facial expressions and their designs. So then when we see them by the fire, right, we can understand that who is sitting by the fire, so we can connect those two shots and understand, those are their designs, okay, and then just connect them. So at least one shot, have them closer to the camera. It's either the shot with the fire, or it's going to be the shot where they're running. But overall, very nice. All right, how many more do we have? Not too much, I think. All right, arc 2, arc 3. It is kind of like 3 different variations, but cool. Right, Zarya's word binding. Okay, so she cannot speak now. Some person says, "Hello, I'm this awesome person on this, probably a giant dragon or something." Make the dragon as a silhouette better, because right now it just looks like a hill. As I understand, this is horns of some kind of a creature, so make sure that's clear. And then using the Gaia, what? All right, let me zoom in. Using the Gaia Keltar. I have no idea what this means. So, as I understand, she's diving underwater, maybe? And doing something? Not sure what this shot is. So, just from looking at this, she's being cursed or bound or killed by somebody. She's like, oh no. And then this guy says, "Hello, girl. I'm on this epic super cool dragon," type of a deal thing. And then they dive underwater. Not sure what's going on here. If it's a world building type of a thing, just showing main keyframes, main keyframe moments out of everything, it needs to be clearer. So like if someone is diving underwater for this kind of weird spear that the statue has, I'm not sure what's going on there. It has to be clearer. So just look at some footage of underwater things, if it's underwater. With this thing, same thing, guys. Why are you cropping your characters up to the shoulder? You know, just have a clear composition. Everything must read really well. So like, for example, for like, why not, you know, just have this guy a little bit smaller and then standing on a hill or something, or I don't know. So if this is, where's my paintal side? So if this is the frame, right, and he's standing over there on the dragon. Let's imagine that this is a dragon. And he's like, "Hello, awesome girl. I am with my sword." No, maybe the dragon. Maybe he killed the dragon? Did he kill the dragon? He probably killed the dragon. Okay, so the dragon is dead. So the dragon is dead. Again, ground plane. Where is everyone standing up? You know? And have her. And then if you want her over the shoulder, then sure. Have her over the shoulder. But I would just make it epic, because if this guy named, whatever his name is, Hakot is, you want to kind of show that he's little. Why? Because the dragon is huge. And you can do such thing as, I didn't talk about it, but it's called a Dutch angle. When you have a horizon line a little bit wonky, and that creates dynamic perception. So every time you get into a new shot and you don't know how to make it dynamic, just make a crooked horizon line. It's gonna be it's gonna be 100% more dynamic. Yeah, and just have the girl just standing over here. Mountains, moon. Yeah, just always keep the ground in mind, because right now it's like where's everything's happening. Also, the moon, it's kind of, I'm not sure if it's got stretched or something. All right. Arc 2, arrival at the Russia Ivan. You can should have said just arriving at the city. Okay, cool, I like it. Breaking Hakon's curse. Let me take your mask off. Attack on Russia Ivan. Okay, cool. Those 3 keyframes, perfect. Nothing to change here. Arc 3, final journey. Okay, we're going. Okay, final fight. And everyone wins. I like it. Super cool story. Just, you know, clean up those 2 keyframes. The rest I do like a lot. And the only thing is, like, for these frames, I would just had Mr. Cameraman just a bit closer to them, because what the action is, she's taking off his mask, and it's a very, you know, personal moment. You have a lot of those far away shots anyway, so just have a little bit of a medium close-up shot where she just gently taking the mask off of him, so it's just more personal, you know, because it is a pretty touching moment, as I understand. She's breaking the curse, she's the one, and he's like, oh, I love you, blah blah blah. Yeah, but overall, very nice, I like it. Okay, some ninja dude. Okay, I'm not looking at the words, I haven't read them yet, but a beast chasing a bunch of ninjas, he's throwing ninja stars towards him. Then second one, he goes and plunges a sword into the beast's stomach. And then the third one, he fights a shadow of himself. Alright, let's read the sentence. Running away from the first encounter with secret experiment. Oh, it's a secret experiment. Not so secret anymore. Second, final blow to secret experiment and beginning to accept inner beast. Okay, final blow. Final battle with the man behind everything. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, where do I start? So first of all, good job. I can see you put a lot of effort into this. Awesome. Very nice. I like that. But again, what's up with the square whatchamacallit? The square resolution. We're not in the 90s anymore, you know? We don't have to watch TV. Play with a... Yeah, because, again, guys, like, when we had square TVs with antennas, that's when we had the square format. We're not bound to that anymore. I don't think square format looks good anymore. You know what? Right now we kind of have 16:9 or whatever the other one, I forgot what it is, but ultra wide, and then this format. That's what we have now. So I don't know, unless you're trying to mimic an old shows from the 90s on the TV, don't use this format. You know, use something like this or like this, but never this. In terms of compositions and everything else, you're trying to tell too many things. So first of all, you're using one camera. You're using, you know, kind of like medium or establishing shot, and everything is kind of like you're standing there just looking at everything from a, you know, from a third person position. But what you have to understand is, remember when I told you about the cameraman? Cameraman switches every time for perspective of one person to another person. So for example, let's have, this is me explaining things to you. So for example, if we have this shot of yours, right? Mr. Cameraman is just, you know, he's just standing on another side of the street, just, you know, just chilling, you know. And he looks across the street and there's like, oh crap, there's a thing chasing the people, you know, throwing ninja stars. And then Mr. Cameraman is like, yeah, cool, awesome, you know, thumbs up. Very nice. Oh, he's not flipping them off. Sorry, guys. Yeah, his thumbs up, very nice, you know. And we're like, okay, we're just observers with the cameraman. But to make this more interesting, we need to relate to the characters. So we have two choices. We either have Mr. Cameraman on the side of the characters running, you know, probably from here, and Mr. Cameraman can be running with, you know, with our heroes, right? And this is gonna be more dramatic because we are like the camera. We're the camera running away from the beast itself with, right? So see, or we can be the beast. Remember when and then Mr. Cameraman can just be sitting with the beast and just go and kill them all, you know? And then we're gonna be having perspective from the beast. See what I'm saying? So now we have two options. So if we do two thumbnails, right? So let's do thumbnail number one. We can have a shot where they're just, you know, where they're just running and they're just like, yeah, you know, and this guy is just, you know, he's throwing ninja stars and then at the same time also running or just running, and then the beast behind him just goes, rah, you know, just, you know, trying to catch up to them. Sorry, it's gonna be very rough. It's still morning. Yeah, and then you can just, you know, character number one, character number two, and then the beast itself, if you want, you can, you know, you can have them like this, or just like this. So yeah, so this way we are with the characters themselves, right? Just you know, just running, just trying to save our lives, I guess. So like here, or so this is shot number one. See, it's a little bit more personal. Or we can have another version, which is from the beast perspective, right? And we can do the same thing. So the beast can be just, you know, the beast can be running. Or, you know what, we could just do it like this, probably. You know, it's like a giant wolf trying to get them. And that's them running away, kind of like, ah, no, run. You know, same thing. So just, sorry, it's very rough, but I hope you understand the idea. So your job is to understand where from what position or what perspective am I telling this story? Who's your main character? Because right now there's no main character. Same thing with this shot. Why not have Mr. Cameraman, you know, somewhere low to the ground to show? Because in your sentence here, final blow to serious experiment and beginning to accept inner beast. This is very technical, very personal, very up close, because it's what, it's facial expressions. He's kind of like looking at his arms that are all bloody, like, you know, or something like that. And here it's just from where it's Mr. Camera again. He's just standing there, just looks like, very nice, good job, very nice, beast man, accept your inner beast. Unless he's like standing with binoculars, there's no way you're gonna understand what's going on in the shot. So same thing. Like, have the shot, you know, have the shot, and maybe the beast is like here, and it's like howling. It's like, no. It's just like this, and this guy is just, you know, he's just, no. We need to show the face, right? Him just launching into the beast. So like, if you want to show that he's accepting his inner beast, I'll be like, just I'll show his inner beast, you know. He's just be like, yeah, you know, and he just launches this giant sword into him, for example, as a frame, right? And maybe you can have, again, see, like, I start too big and then I need to make things smaller. So for example, if he's if he's saying like his inner beast is awakened, so you can show first of all his face up close, and he's like standing on the ground, and then the beast itself is kind of like trying to get him, for example, and he just, so see, we can see the face, we can see the beast. I know this is very sketchy and weird, but I hope you understand. And so I placed the camera, where is it? I placed the camera somewhere here, or here, I guess. It's just a little bit closer. Same thing here. Like if he's battling, you know, the main bad guy, just, you know, just show either from perspective of the bad guys, who can be just, you know, standing over here. You can be like all menacing and be like, ah ha ha, I'm the bad guy and I have a giant cool spider arm, and then our main character is just standing over here, you know, and I'm having my camera behind the bad guy, or I can be behind a good guy and then showing the bad guy over here. So yeah, just be conscious about camera work. Overall, very nice. I can see that you did put effort into all of this, and you even put tone everywhere. But think about your camera position, and it gathers a reference. There's tons of anime that I'm pretty sure will have the same shots, so I'm pretty sure you're inspired by something already. So just go ahead and implement that. Yeah. All right. A magazine. Okay, I'm trying to do the same thing. So a bunch of weird lizard bug world. And some guy is reading. Is it like a lizard Playboy? Hope not. Yeah, it is a lizard Playboy. Looks like it. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. It's some kind of a hat with a little butterfly in it. Right, and then this guy sees the same butterfly on some kind of other creature. And then he lights the whole city on fire. Okay, interesting. Let's see what the sentence say. A magazine appears pushing the idea of wearing ladybug shells as decoration for clothing. Okay, the main character on his way home sees in a tram someone actually wearing ladybug shells as decoration for a hat. The main character lost his mind about this new fashion and wants to burn typography in the main office of the magazine, but someone did it before him. Okay, that's weird. Low. Yeah, interesting. I don't know what to think about it. Compositions are great. Would have never guessed that the character went to burn down the factory, so I would just, you know, why not make the main character a ladybug? And he's like, I hate it. And that would be his main motivation for burning it down. Because I have no idea why someone else did it before him. Maybe it was another ladybug, I don't know. But why would he just go about so crazy about this fashion choice as a lizard? I have to understand why. Because remember, this is just absurd. So, okay, cool. Yeah, I had my giggle, it's funny. But it's not really a cohesive story. So if you want to have a story to this weird world, what I would do is, yeah, I'll just make the ladybug, you know, the ladybug a ladybug. Because it makes sense that a ladybug would, you know, be very pissed. Oh, wow. I do like my hair. The ladybug will be very pissed about this new fashion trope and be traumatized by it, you know, and then making a decision to burn everything to hell. So I would not make it a lizard, I would make it a ladybug. Yeah. As I understand, this is the main character who sees this. And again, like for example, interesting choice of, okay, so this guy is friends with ladybugs. Me stupid, sorry. So this guy is friends with ladybugs, as I understand. And those lizard guys are kind of predators that eat ladybugs, as I understand. This guy is looking at this guy, right? And probably it's this guy that did the thing. So maybe I would just make this guy a little bit bigger so he's not so small. I made some kind of signs that shows a ladybug accessory type of a deal factory, and I would maybe drop some glasses in the corner to foreshadow that this guy. See, that's the thing. It's kind of like, are we following this guy, and he then goes and sees and terrified and tries to burn down? Because it looks even crazier. It looks like it's it's a time traveling movie that he's friends with ladybugs and he's trying to make sure that the fashion goes out of business. But then when he arrives, it's him from the past or from the future burning down the factory. So, trying to, just understand what to do. um, hmm. Misha, maybe you should lock homework finish channel after you start the stream. Basically, start of the stream is a deadline, and people keep posting after deadline. Well, I'll see when people keep posting after deadline. I would just not feedback them because it's cheating. You cheating bad. But yeah, with this story, it's kind of funny. I see you can do pretty good composition. So yeah, just making it somehow clearer. The character, like, I understand this is this character that is here, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's the ladybug friend. And then he goes. How about this? Why won't he, why won't you just have those two ladybugs accompany him in this world, and they're like, all three of them are terrified. And then in this shot, you can do everything in 4 shots. The previous shot is just going to be them dun 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 dun. A bunch of ladybugs just running, just running with the cans of fire. And then all of them are just standing, just maybe like dingling their legs off a bridge and then observing a factory on fire, because I don't think another person burning it would actually like do anything, because you're just technically using those people as a foreground element and a little bit of exposition, and then he gets terrified. And now we just have ladybug and then this lizard just going on a James Bond mission, and then just observing what they did, which is um just sitting on the bridge looking at the factory being ablaze. um yeah, so I would do it like that. So hopefully you're here. Who did that story? Oh, Sveta. Yeah, so if you hear me, good job, but try to make it clear. All right. All right. All right, let me see. Looks like Draw Ranger from Dota, looking at some kind of pink device, and then the pink device leads to an interesting dragon nest, and then the dragon becomes huge. I would just, yeah, nice thumbnails. Just push on. The only thing I don't understand what this is and why does it lead towards this thing, and why there's like pink thing over here. I just don't understand. Let's see if there's any sentences. Okay, strange mechanism is in the forest. I'm sure they come back. Who? Look what I have found. People are getting bolder. We must do something with this. Old gods now return. Misha, make epic sound, please. Alright. The old gods return. Oh, Yeah. Good enough. um. All right. Again, from what you got, from what I got, I didn't get this that this is conversation between the scary Spinkadoodle and this thing. So what would I do um, is just again, this is a more personal moment. So show the face of the girl, just putting putting her hand up to the dragon's face, for example, and then show like those guys are coming, right? And maybe this one, when the old gods are protecting the world, maybe there's going to be a bunch of alien ships or something, because all I can see is that the girl is just observing and there's just pink something glowing in the distance. So I'm not sure what the story is. If this device represents that someone is tracking them, I would just have a more close-up shot of the girl talking to the dragon, touching its face and saying something is wrong, and then the third shot is going to be just this dragon is big and awesome, and then it's like protecting something. I don't know. Yeah, if it's someone tracking them, you can just show like a person in the distance here, just tracking them, and then over here she's like, oh, look what I found, and you can have a third shot that shows those people kind of like bounding and trying to capture this creature, and then in this one it kind of breaks away from from the bounds and then just destroys everything. Yeah, it's not super clear. Hopefully you like the sound design. Please, 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 just make it clear. It's not 100% clear what the pink device is there for. I have some weird associations, but I will not speak of them. Yeah, someone messaged me. 1 second. Ding, 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 ding. Sorry, guys. I just can't open Discord on the stream itself. It's CR. I didn't see it, but anyways, he made the bird. All right, next one. This one was submitted yesterday. Far on the so in a galaxy far, far away, a ship going. Wow. The next one, a bunch of dudes, they discover a bunch of dead dinosaurs or somebody, and that's a super cool detective that is now packaging the corpse. Let's see if I made it right. Far on the outskirts of the mining planet in the deeply nested Raven Post. Okay, a bunch of engineers been murdered, and I was commanded to solve it. Okay, I like it. It's kind of like Buzz Lightyear talking to himself. I am a super cool detective guy in a super cool ship. There's murders, and I'm gonna solve it. Very nice. Leaves you wanting more. Again, reference Mr. Cameraman. Mr. Cameraman is in a perfect position on the establishing shot. But here, I want to see the corpse. I want to see the dead guy. And I want to see the relationship of the guy to the corpse. As I understand that he's here, make him bigger. See what the layout is. As I can see, just make a Lego movie, Just make a Lego movie layout to see where is where and what. The last shot is fine. So the story is okay, just, more refs. Yeah, more reference and more clear position for the second shot for the Mr. Cameraman, because we need to see the drama. It's not scary right now because all I can see, yeah, the guy flew somewhere. There's a light. There's some weird Spinkadoodle just laying on the ground. I'm not sure if it's a dog or a cat. Especially this thing. Like, I'll show you what I mean. Why does Discord does not allow to just copy paste images? It takes like 10 years. Discord, please fix it. Is this a dog? Like a little robot dog? You know, just, you know, scanning the corpse, maybe. I don't know. So see, it's not very clear. But I'm pretty sure I already feedbacked 5 people, right? So right now I'm gonna go in fast. Okay, goodbye. I'm super cool and awesome. Okay. The journey begins. She sees the earth. She sees the earth. Oh, she sees earth. Yeah, that's Lena. He slept, and now he's scared. Okay. First meeting with first of the other elves. All right. So say goodbye. They awaken. All right. So again, camera position. So you have. What do you have? So you have a ship, right? The Viking ship. And then you have a character wake up and another character just hanging upside down. Then you have a fox there for some reason, right? You know what? For simplicity's sake, let's just do it from the top. Crap. From the top down. Something like this, right? So you have a ship. You have character wake up. So what the hell's going on? Then you have the machta. And then you have a character just laying down. And then over there somewhere you have whatchamacallit? Land. So Mr. Cameraman is standing here for some reason, looking at this from this perspective. Why? Do we see land? No. Do we see where she's pointing? No. Are we up close to see that this character is sleepy? No. So if you want, you can either have a camera here. Why? Well, first of all, because the character is going to be closer. It's going to be something like this. And then the character is going to be pointing towards the camera. And then we're going to be like, oh, there's something behind us as a viewer, right? Or have a camera behind them, you know, but then we're not going to see their facial expressions, you know, looking this way. But this camera choice, I don't think it's very wise. Why? Well, first of all, we're looking like here, and we don't need to look there. The main thing is here. Hey, Earth, and she was sleeping, now she's awake. So what I say is, you know, use either camera 1 or camera 2. And then, like, where the hell is it? Oh man, I missed. No. Need to go back. I'm so proud of you guys. There's so many freaking homeworks. I'm sorry if I won't be able to go through everything. We're already doing it for like what? An hour and 28 minutes. There's only... I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I don't look very good today. I look very sleepy and tired. Yeah, and then they just encountered like a giant, you know, other elves. But like, see, you have kind of like establishing / medium shot, medium shot, medium shot. Make the last shot of like, you know, them far away, just observing it, a bunch of elf houses. Why do everything has to be so close up? So just have a bunch of elf houses and them just, you know, them going up the stairs, for example, meeting this woman just standing graciously, you know, at the end of the stairs. So like, what I mean is, like, have a shot where they're small and they're just looking around. It's like, what the hell's going on? And there's like stairs, and on top of the stairs there's a lady, you know, just like the moment from the Lord of the Rings. And there's a bunch of like elf huts and stuff like that. And ta-da! Yeah, something like that maybe. So it's not so boring, but overall good. Right, now I'm gonna speed run this. Let's see when the posting has stopped. My time. All right. Oh wow, guys, you are. Sorry, Boris, you've been 30 minutes late. So after this, I'm not gonna review anything because all of this is today's submissions. I don't know, maybe I will, we'll see. But I am tired. Alright. So many good works and only one Misha. Um. Okay, a girl is doing some kind of laundry stuff. A guy is trying to shoot her and she runs away. And then she hugs somebody. What if the girl could accidentally grow? What if the girl could accidentally grow a unique plant in a world where there's almost no clean air and plants are collected and are a luxury item? Ooh, interesting premise. Once she learned to take care of the plant and use it, she must escape from people who threaten her and her brother and attempt to steal the plant. Don't see the brother here, but okay. And then she managed to escape and take her brother to a place where his illness recedes and he makes a full recovery. All right. Did not know that he was ill, but them hugging is kind of like good. Yeah, just continue. Nice idea. Just please push on. Cool character. All right. I'll try to go as fast as possible. A cool character, mushroom guy. Am I going from left to right to left? Oh, it's kind of like a circle of life. So, where does it start? Okay, so a cool guy goes in, kills the guy. The guy's like, no, and he's dead. And then he sucks him in, and then he turns probably red, right? Blue mushroom guy, blue, and red mushroom guy, red. Thanks for explaining. Start fighting. Blue stabs red, defeating him. Red starts decomposing into a puddle of spores. Blue wants to absorb the red spores to purify the forest. Blue puts his hand in the spores, but the spores start attacking him. Blue is scared by the red spores. All right. I would just do this. That it's a circle of life. It's gonna be a kind of interesting idea that if the blue kills red, murder only becomes more murder. So blue is becoming the main thing that he hated the most. So he becomes the next red, and then there's gonna be an endless mushroom fight circle. But I like it. I like it. Just continue on. Right now it's simple. There's no layout. There's no color. No nothing. So just clean it up, and it's nice. I like it. All right, submitted yesterday. Uh-huh. A pregnant lady and a weird turtle skeleton guy. She is, you know, having some trouble. Probably lost a kid. Talks to somebody. Rides away. Encounters a giant beast. The end. I will not be able to read this. If you want to have more of a story, and this is a pretty big story. You need more frames to explain what's going on. Because just from the images itself, you need to have some dialogue here, or just some text of explaining things. Because I'm confused what's happening. It's very interesting. I would like to understand it, but I can't. So make it clear. Don't know how, because I can't read the text. Good job. Right, crows. This is just a keyframe, right? I think it's just a keyframe. Girl goes into a cave, finds a boy. They start living together on a playground. Or they go to explore the outside world. Yeah. Okay, cool. Continue. I can see that you put a lot of effort into this too, and then the last frame it was kind of like, I need to be doing it in time. Type of a deal. Okay. Stroll a treasure map. Looking, analyze the treasure map. Search or have the okay, and then find the treasure. Super cool, super simple, very nice, Daria. I like it. Maybe one thing is just have the main girl just run faster, and maybe someone's like coming after her, just going like, oh, give me the map back. All right. Okay. Hello, alien. Let me take a picture. Things start growing. He's all alone. Okay. The former inhabitant of the planet returns. He looks like a god to the local tribe and scares them, except the boy. The people of the tribe think that the aliens is a threat. Their world is cruel and they are used to solving problems with violence. Dying. Oh, so this is a gun, I understand. Okay. I would definitely show, like, I love the style that you're doing, but I would definitely show them shooting at the alien and him kind of like dying. And then this shot as it gets, he's dying. Dying, the alien launches an invasive colonization of the planet with aggressive plants. The people of the tribe are dying. Now the planet looks great and the air is cleaner. Don't have to wear a mask. The main character is now alone. No gods, no family, only silent trees. Oh, kind of sad, but I like it. Very nice. Just continue. I would just add another shot since you're almost done, anyways. I'll just add another one. Super cool. Very nice. All right. Girl is like cool alien sci-fi thing. Then the cat launches after. All right, can't. Bernard is looking how to steal the stone. But why this stone is in the bed with the girl? It's not a very safe space for a girl. And then she runs away and the cat goes. Brennan is in trouble with the cat. Okay. I would just maybe have a face of the girl here and then she like protects the thing. Interesting premise. I'm not sure why this crystal is so important that the little dwarf gnome guy. But I guess maybe he just likes shiny things. And if he just likes shiny things, why not? I would just make, because I have no idea what this crystal does, I would just make the crystal like a necklace that is important to the girl because her mother gave it to her, and this thing just stole a necklace, and that's why the girl and the cat was after it. Definitely kind of I don't think you need this shot. I think you can replace this shot of the little gnome-like creature, just maybe hugging the crystal, and the girl is kind of leaning towards the gnome and says kind of like, "Stay away, cat," and they become friends. This is kind of like the most logical thing, because after this it looks like there's something else you should say. But here with the shot when there's a girl leaning towards the gnome, you can kind of understand that, oh well, they're probably gonna become friends, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, that's my feedback. All right, I really need to speedrun this now. Fence breaks, big escapes. He goes. He falls into into a cave where there's a giant creature. Okay. I would make the foreground element the eye, or I would just make him, just fall on the eye itself. Because if it's just on the left, I would just as a rule of thumb, don't put things in corners. Just put them like here or off screen. But yeah, overall, very nice. Okay, daily patrol. Bad guy approaches. Bad guy gets wrecked. Pretty straight to the point. I love that. Very nice. Yeah, just continue. Just insert some emotion, please, so I can connect with the woman and I see how this guy gets wrecked. So other than that, very nice. Good job. I already can see the final images in this as thumbnails. All right. The Mouse King is in it. He is, he's annoyed by something. His ears are steaming for some reason. I don't know why. Then this little kid mouse goes to the market. But then I don't know. And then it disappears. So yeah, write down the sentences. What are you trying to say? Right now, all I can read is some people went to the king and the king is annoyed or angry. He may be high. Oh, so the king is like, oh, he's angry, so he takes off his crown. There's like a little crown over here. There's those his advisors, as I understand. Yeah. And then he goes, takes a hat, and becomes a farmer. That's cute, I think. Yeah. I don't know if he becomes a farmer. Why there's Why there's the guy who is uh, like a warrior guy. Why? Right? So if you just want to kind of have like a Thanos kind of like ending, um, just have him, just being in the field, like kind of like, oh, I'm finally alone, and I'm doing nothing, and I'm tired of being king. I just want to raise corn. But if he went there as a disguised farmer, that's a whole nother idea. I'm not sure how to do it. Um, but I really like your qualities of idea. Your quality of idea is awesome. I can see that the only thing that you're lacking is just how to paint all of this. So when we'll be discussing kind of framing and composition and environments, just keep your eyes open because I really love your ideas and your head and your thoughts, right? It's all about how to convey this information across, and you will learn how to do that. So I will just, write sentences down so I understand what's going on because I don't really understand what's going on. But other than that, very nice. Right, big cucaracha thingy attacks somebody. Alright, nature spirit grants remaining of its soul to Rent, uses power. Rent battles against Devour to protect a village. Rent mask breaks. Okay, so first of all, we have no idea who this girl is. This is the first time I see her. You know, so have her appear in the first shot so we can see her more clear. And another thing is, it looks like this guy and this guy are the same person, and this blue guy just turned turned red and then attacked her. That's it. So something has to be done about it. Something different. I'm not sure what it is, but again, these two guys look the same, and this is the first time at the end when we see the girl. And the story itself is just needs to a little bit of work on it. Yeah. I don't know what to do with this story. Yeah, because she's not going. It's like it looks like the same shots. Like this is the shot, and this is a reverse shot, and now he's angry, and now she's running away. So if I would guess, this guy that is like a Donald Duck. Is it a Donald Duck or is it some kind of mask? So anyway, a Donald Duck demon looks at the girl, and then he gets angry, and the girl's like, no, and then she runs away. That's the story that I see in here. Let's see if there's any. Yeah, just needs to be clearer and simpler. And another thing, it's like don't just write a girl doing this. And it doesn't have to be that. Doesn't have to be names. It's like you're overcomplicating things. There's too much of a world inside your brain, probably. Maybe you don't clearly fully picture what it is. So I would just do. It's like, what does the character want and what's happening, and that's it. So just make it clear a little bit. Right. This guy was attacked, or she was attacked, and then she comes back and she battles it, and then they clear her wounds. Yeah, I like that. Let's see how many is left. All right, 2 left. Scene 1. People see a giant city. Scene 2. They see some kind of hat guy. Scene 3. They see some kind of scientific experiment. Scene 4. There's a giant puma. All right. Main group of kids go hiking in the woods and stumble upon a nefarious candy factory. Okay. The kids walk inside and are greeted by a giant foyer with a statue of Glue, seemingly sweet animatronic candy mascot of a Sucrotech, an evil candy company. Okay. As the kids explore, they sneak into the back of the city and find giant test tubes of abominable candy experiments. The kids narrowly escape, only to be chased through the forest by one of the evil candy experiments, a giant gummy bear. I love it. Very nice. Just, you know what? Maybe if you like it that way, it's okay. It's just a bunch of establishing shots. if you don't want to have any like personal moments, that is fine. But if you want to explore some emotional moments, it could be a nice, add-on. All right, and then a last one. All right, a girl looks up to the side and just with somebody, and then somebody gets blown out. And okay, poor district, everyone somewhat faces the same problems. Still, MC feels better about themselves due to their job, skilled work. Workplace injury of a loved one. Loved one can no longer do skilled work and is demoted. Sees loved one become part of a group they look down upon. All right, so this is all not clear. So you need to understand. So you wrote your sentence and they're looking down on somebody, right? So they have those kind of like red scarves. Maybe they are show that they are part of some kind of a group. But then maybe then you can have a shot of him, being hit by something and being in the hospital, and then him being fired. The guy says, "Go away." And now we need to have a recall to the first shot, maybe when they are in the same group walking and then some other people are looking down on them, for example. But this needs some explorations. Yeah, and I see that you guys are posting a bunch of stuff. Let's see when was the time that before the stream started. 11:38, too late. 11:33, too late. 11:16, too late. 11:11, too late. Too late. 11, all right. Well, this is the last one. Okay. Oh man, guys, there's just so many. Sorry, I won't be able to go through all of them. Valeria, I told you to fix this shot. It's not working. They need to be closer to the camera. I told you that a long time ago, but oh well. Yeah, guys, there's just gonna be too many. We're gonna be sitting here for many, many hours. Yeah, because we're already be going for 147. I'll try to keep this feedback sessions under 140, just because I have limited resources. Someone is saying something that someone is in the voice. Oh. All right. So to summarize, I'm sorry I can't go over all of your homeworks, guys. So just a disclaimer, earlier posted, more of a chance there is for you to view it. By the way, very nice on this finished piece. I really liked it. Samit lol, very very nice, very very original and very cool. I love this one, and I like the keyframes. They're also pretty nice and cool. But the main thing that I see common mistake in all of you guys, it's this. Mr. Cameraman, oh well, Elvira is going full on. You're trying to tell again too many things at the same time. That Jared? No. You're trying to tell too many things at the same time, and you're not keeping Mr. Cameraman in mind. So first thing first, understand from whose perspective you're telling the story and where you need to put the camera, that the camera is motivated, because a lot of those shots that you guys provided, it's, sorry, I know that you guys screaming no and stuff like that, but I am a human, and I did say that I'm gonna be only reviewing 5 people each week, and they're gonna be different people, and I need to keep my promise. I already did a lot of reviews today. So for next time, just keep in mind, whoever posts not faster, but you know, quicker and not on the day of the feedback has a better chance, because yeah, I'm going from who finished first. And I know some people are like, well, I didn't have enough time, but I'm sorry. There's just limited time and limited energy. But do please, I'm gonna ask you guys, one thing is, if you know that you can give feedback, because you can ask for feedback and people are still asking feedback for their things. If you still have some questions, you can post in here and ask. Just look at you guys go. You are your self-critiquing, self-living organism. Yeah. So if you didn't make it into the feedback session, don't be sad. It doesn't mean that your work is not valuable. It doesn't mean you didn't do well. I skimmed through all of them. I just don't have the time to feedback all of them. But again, when I'm feedbacking other people, don't think about it, me feedbacking their thing. Learn from their mistakes as I'm feedbacking them. Okay? So yeah, please rest. On a Monday, we're gonna have a pretty exciting guest speaker. It's gonna be a person from Pixar, or who worked for Pixar and Disney and everybody else. Yeah, his name is Matt. Matt Johnson, I think, but he's a storyboard artist, super cool guy. It's gonna be very exciting. You will learn even more things about staging, composition, and everything else. That's gonna help you with the keyframe. And also next week, if I'm not mistaken, let's go to look at the schedule together. We are starting on basics of character creation. We're gonna take a break for our keyframes, and we're gonna dive into our characters that are in our keyframes more in depth, and it's gonna be pretty awesome, pretty cool. Also, I finally figure out what story I'm gonna tell for this camp, so I'm gonna start painting it today, probably. Yeah. And also, sorry, I don't have the latest lecture from David Cunningham online available for everybody. You still can technically view it, just going to announcements and clicking it. It's right now unlisted because we had a lot of technical difficulties, and I want to post the final version as clean as possible and as awesome as possible. So that requires me to edit it down and cut out a few things from copyrighted material, which are the videos of Indiana Jones. So yeah, that'll be it. Skull everybody. Rest good. I'll try to rest good, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye. See you guys. Bye bye.